We are ready for NFL picks. We do this every week, and this is it's a big one. Oh, I got a pen this time. Did I bring my paper? Oh, yes, we did. What did I do last week? Steve?
Last week, Ken, congratulations. That was the first 5-0 week on the Blathering all season, right before the end. You squeaked one in there before the end.
I'm telling you, I felt it. I knew it. I believed in my Dolphins. I believed in Snoop Huntley. Though at the time we didn't know it was as bad with Tua. And that secures my season for over 500 as a prognosticator, right?
Without a doubt, you are now officially 45, 34, and 1 on the season. So even if you had a dreadful week this week, you are well above 500 on the year.
This is amazing. I mean, I'm so proud of myself. 2 years ago, I wasn't watching football anymore. 2 years ago, I didn't know who was on the Miami Dolphins. Mark Ellis would give me updates and be like, and finally, after week 2, the Denver game was like week 3 or 4, or maybe week 2. But right before the Denver game, where the Dolphins scored like 70 points, Ellis goes, "Hey man, I think you might want to follow your team. It's something good going on here." And this year we fell back a little bit, but I'm back at it. And Steve, I am better than Chris Berman was at his prime.
Hell yeah, you are. And we got one more week to improve and really shore up that record. So let's do 5 more picks.
5 more big picks in the final weekend of the NFL's regular season. Where do we go, Steve?
Final week. All right, here we go. Week 18. Pick number 1 is, and I got my graphics. Here we go. Pick number 1, Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is a 1.5-point dog at home.
At home. Burrow's playing like an MVP. The fact that an 8-8 quarterback is in the MVP conversation is crazy, but it's true. I loved watching that game. Crazy game. When that Cincinnati backup kicker missed that 33, he thunked that kick. I texted Mark Ellis and I said, Mike McDaniel's going to get fired because of a backup kicker on another team thunking one. But Burrow pulled it out. Miracle. So I love it. But guess what? I need them to lose. They're going to lose. I'm manifesting this. Pittsburgh at home. Yinzers, rise up. Steelers are going to win this game.
All right, taking the Steelers and ending Joe Burrow's dreams for the season. Okay. Game number 2.
Number 2.
Kansas City at Denver. Denver is a 10.5-point favorite at home. They'll be playing Kansas City's backups, and this is a huge game for your Miami Dolphins.
Oh, yeah. Adam Witt is in chat, and he's saying I'm wrong. That's because he's Eric Davis's biggest fan from Cincinnati, Ohio. But you know I'm right, Adam, in your heart. Kansas City, I know, no Mahomes. Taylor Swift is playing tight end. I get it. But Denver being a 10.5-point dog?
10.5-point favorite. 10.5-point minus
favorite. I read that.
Sorry,
I read that wrong. Nah, that's not going to happen. No. Broncos. They might win, but I need to manifest the loss. Look, how do I play this here? Maybe. Do I reverse psychologically engineer this, Steve? Do I say the Broncos are going to win, but the Chiefs are going to cover, and then therefore, in reality, the Broncos will lose and the Dolphins will get in the playoffs? Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to say the Broncos win, but there's no way the Chiefs are going to lose by 10.5 points. Chiefs are going to cover.
All right, your hope is all in Carson Wentz. Okay, here we go. Game number 3.
Yeah.
Washington at Dallas. Dallas is a 4.5-point dog at home. It was really tough to pick 5 games this week that actually mattered.
That matter?
This has at least seeding implications. Washington wants to win to blah, blah, blah.
Hands down, going away, Washington.
All right, we'll get out of here nice and quick. Ken is taking Washington. All right, game number 4. This is the big one on the week. Minnesota at Detroit. Detroit is a 2.5-point favorite. Winner of this game is the number 1 seed in the NFC and gets a first-round bye.
Ooh, this is a great one. And I know Romo. I know Laserbolt. I know the employees of the Detroit Pizza Stop restaurant that I'm going to go to soon probably want me to say the Lions. And the Lions are my NFC team. I don't like that Lions defense. It is the Swiss cheese of a Reuben sandwich right now. And I know in their heart of hearts they wish the Dolphins probably released Calais Campbell so they could have a little help on the line. It didn't happen. Calais is going to try to ride it out with Miami, at least for this week, and I like that decision. I believe in him. This is my upset pick of the week. I'm going Vikings. No kitties, Vikings.
Wow, taking the Vikings to upset the Lions. That would be a big deal. Lions have been dominating all year, and for the Vikings to come in and get that 1 seed.
Lions are my NFC Super Bowl team right now. I'm in my heart, I'm rooting for Washington for the memory of Molly the Wonder Dog and Mark Ellis. But I don't know. I didn't like that defense. It was a crazy game, shootout. But the 49ers, man, they got like the ushers playing wide receiver.
All right. Big game. Should be fun. All right, here we go. Final game of the potentially final game.
That's why Steve. This is why Steve. You're so good at this segment. I'm the crazy host who's like, "It's gonna rain in the desert." And you're like, "Great. All right, next pick."
we gotta. Train's gotta move, Ken. Miami is at the New York Jets. The Jets are 1.5 point dog at home. This is for all the marbles for the Dolphins, assuming the Broncos also lose.
Yeah, we gotta do it. Got to do a little scoreboard watching, and I don't even know who's going to be a quarterback for the New York Jets, and quite frankly, don't even care. I hope Aaron Rodgers rides off into the sunset. Great quarterback, Hall of Famer. Nut job, but a lot of people are in the business. So God bless him. Head on out. I'm absolutely taking the Dolphins. I know it's going to be Snoop Huntley, but Snoop Huntley looked everything the Pro Bowl quarterback he was when he filled in for Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. He just needed a little time with that system. Is he Tua? I still like Tua. I still believe in Tua. If we get in the playoffs, I want Tua back. But I loved Huntley and his ability to run, and he was calling out the block that guy. Oh, I loved watching it. Dolphins winning big in New York.
Taking the Dolphins. And Ken, for the record, that was the first time I've ever written down your name next to the Dolphins before you even made the pick. You'd think I would have learned by now, but today was the first day I decided. I see where this is going. I'm safe to write this down. So.
You're safe to write it down. Look, in the time we did this season, I think I went against the Dolphins once, right?
Once you went. Once. I'd have to look up to do the research on my list here, but yeah, I believe you went against the Dolphins one time.
One time indeed, but not. I believe. And look. We get in the playoffs, 9-8. We probably go to Buffalo. It's not pretty. Doesn't matter. 3 years making the playoffs. McDaniel gets one more year. We get healthy. I still believe in McDaniel and these Dolphins. I'm excited, Steve. It's a big weekend. You know how excited I am? A friend invited me to a party Sunday afternoon, and I said, it's football. I got to stay home. They're kind of upset, but I understand. But we're watching the game.
Well, Week 18, just a quick recap. We are taking Pittsburgh over Cincinnati. Kansas City over Denver, Washington over Dallas, Minnesota over Detroit, and as always, the Miami Dolphins over your New York Jets. Those are your picks for the final week of the season, Week 18.
Wonderful. We'll get to the playoffs. We'll do all the playoff games that we can. Steve, appreciate it. As always, you're the best, my friend. All right?
Thank you so much, Ken. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Steve and the NFL picks. That's what we love doing around here. It's been the first breakout segment of the show, and have a lot of fun.